Fergus Ewing attacks the Greens. I've said this before and many people don't actually like it, but Fergus Ewing is somebody who politically, of course, I wouldn't agree with. But the guy does have at least some conviction, some principle, and he sticks to what he says. He says what he means and he means what he says. And I quite like that in a person, whether I agree with their politics or not. He's now calling for a grand coalition of all the main parties inside Holyrood, but interestingly, not the Greens. He told the Herald, "When I look around the benches, I see clever people in all the main parties, although obviously we couldn't have the Scottish Greens anywhere near it." And he then went on to say that Patrick Harvie is a horrible man and that the Scottish Greens are delusional. Now, this coalition, of course, is never going to happen, although it's not the worst idea I've ever heard, because after the next Holyrood election, I don't think anybody will have a majority. And unfortunately, I don't think the party leaders are going to come together and form any sort of coalition, even if it is for the greater good, and that could actually be something for the betterment of the people of Scotland. But there is definitely something to be said for keeping people like the Greens out of any sort of positions of power. I've heard before from members of the public, I've heard from MSPs inside Holyrood, that Harvie is very much in the Sturgeon mould. One of those people that you would never ever want to see outside of a work setting. Most politicians you'll find tend to get on with each other behind the scenes when they're sat in the bars having a drink and stuff. But people like Harvie and Sturgeon are people that don't get along with anybody. It's all about them, their ideology, and their delusions of grandeur.